Welcome to 2004 Podcast Hottest. I'm Javon Gordon.
I'm Bubba
Today's a weird day, but what day has been normal?
Yeah, in the past,
It's COVID.
there's a race war coming to a head.
It's not a race war. There's a police violence protest.
Yeah.
It's not a race war.
It's a police brutality protest that was met with more police brutality.
Yes.
Across the nation.
I've heard...
We have a secret police.
I've heard in Portland,
yeah,
they've been just dragging people into unmarked vans.
Yeah. Dude, they sent the special forces to Chicago. They sent 150 special forces people to Chicago for unknown reasons.
Yeah, you just repeated that.
Did I?
Yeah, you said they sent the special forces to Chicago. They spent 150 special forces people to Chicago.
I didn't know what they were called. Also, I had to turn the gain up on the microphone.
Yeah.
Because something wasn't right. And you could barely hear my voice.
So who they sent to Chicago again?
Members of the special forces.
Is there a force? They sent a force to Chicago. What kind of force did they send to Chicago?
It was a special one.
Special?
Yeah. Of all the forces that America has,
the most special?
It's the most special.
How you know they're special? They got mutant powers?
No, it's in the name.
Ah.
They were dubbed the special forces.
Are they mentally capable? Or what do you mean special force?
They're, some of them are probably on the autism spectrum. They are police officers to some extent.
They are all violent morons.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's horrific footage. Can't look at it anymore.
There's so much bad footage. I just can't handle it.
Yeah. I want to talk about a death that affected me that happened yesterday. Or the day before.
Unrelated to the protests.
Yes, unrelated to the
This man did not die.
No.
In terms of, or
socialist, leftist podcaster, YouTuber, what have you, and columnist, leftist journalist, Michael Brooks died yesterday. Age 38, 37, 38, one of those two. Of a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
No way you could have predicted it.
Just a fucking brain aneurysm.
Yeah, there was I checked to see if this was something that was coming up and I hadn't heard about.
Mm-hmm.
I went to check his podcast. No, just a regular episode of his podcast. No indication that Michael's gonna be dead.
Damn. Well, they used to say, the government killed Bob Marley with the same shit.
And Michael liked reggae.
I mean, he was a socialist.
Yeah.
He did have a media platform.
But I think he just died from brain aneurysm.
Also,
conspiracy theories feel disrespectful when people die.
So did Grant and Imahara.
Yeah.
Or Grant with the last name I can't pronounce very well from Mythbusters.
Yeah, Japanese last name that he finds hard to pronounce.
Is he Japanese?
Yes.
You know that for a fact?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Imahara sounds Japanese. You can check it. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna check it. Because in my brain, he looks more Korean.
He could be Korean.
It's Imahara. I didn't know if it was an M or an N. I didn't know he was a roboticist.
Well, he made robots.
Yeah,
How did you not know this?
He's never... Oh, he was 49. Okay.
Yeah, he was Japanese.
He was 39. Where do you see that?
It says right there.
Okay.
Japanese American family.
Alright.
Yeah, Imahara told you it was a Japanese last name.
Okay. He was also a LARPer.
Okay, he was a nerd.
Well, yeah, that was obvious because he was a roboticist.
Yeah. He built the robot that was the sidekick of Craig Ferguson show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That was him. He made that one.
So, isn't there was an Aqua Teen Hunger Force robot that kind of looked like that robot, right?
The Ghost of the Future, whatever. Yeah, it does
Okay.
look like that.
I always kind of thought, but I
It
never.
was a robot skeleton, which is, I think,
Yeah, but it had a duck face, right?
Hmm?
Had like a duck face.
not the Craig Ferguson one, but the Aqua Teen Hunger first one. Yeah.
Oh, so the one on Craig Ferguson was just a robot skeleton.
Yeah.
Where the fuck am I getting the duck from?
I don't know.
I thought there was a duck one. Like a duck.
I think he does have a duck face, like a little duck type bill looking thing on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
No, I know that there's one on that, but for whatever reason, I felt like I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting confused, just completely.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? You know my brain.
I've realized that I could recognize a Japanese last name now.
From then.
Yeah.
Are you gonna test this skill?
No, I already knew. I knew it. I knew that last name was Japanese.
Well, that name or like
You were just like, he looks Korean. You didn't know. You didn't know.
Do you think
anything.
that that's honestly? I'm gonna be real with you. Korean is a lot of times my guess for Asian people to not sound racist. To sound like I have some sort of
Is it
semblance.
because of K-pop right now? Is that why?
No, because I knew a Korean in like middle school.
Yeah.
And people used to give him shit all the time, and like for whatever
I was
reason,
his protector. And
We were
because
friends.
of that, every Asian person is Korean because I...
I read some stuff about how
I was the guardian angel of a Korean kid in middle school.
I read some stuff about how Asian isn't a race,
Yeah, it isn't.
but we still use it like that.
It's just that it's like because Asia
Yeah,
is the continent. It's obviously it isn't a race. It's the continent.
yeah, it's a whole continent.
Yeah.
It's like African people aren't.
Yeah.
Like,
We aren't just African.
yeah. Are you an African person?
I didn't have to read to learn that though. You could just easily know that there's a continent named Africa and a continent named Asia, and that's why people refer to them as Asians and African.
Well, yeah, but like people use Asian as a race,
Yes.
and it's like on.
Yeah, Caucasus isn't a race. We call people Caucasians though.
Okay. Well, we call the wrong people Caucasians.
Yes.
Because the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah. I'm gonna start referring to people as the Cubians, like the Hoteps do, like the
What is
Nation of
that?
Islam.
What?
That's what they call it.
An
Nation of
Cubian?
Yacubians. That's what they call white people.
Yacubians?
Yeah.
What is that?
Huh?
Do you know where that comes from?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
It's fun though,
Yeah.
because
Dude,
that's what Jesus and Mero do.
Yeah.
I've heard them as Yacubians.
Dude, that sounds like...
They're not members. They just think it's funny. As well.
Oh, yeah,
They think
yeah.
It's fun.
I would know if they were Hotep. So that sounds like a Black Panther, like comic thing. That sounds like a Wakanda thing. Bro, what if the Klan takes
You
that
know,
on?
black people made up things that have things that are our culture that weren't created by Stan Lee in a comic book in the 70s.
Yeah. Wait, are you telling me that
Black
Black
people don't
Panther
actually greet
is-
each other with Wakanda forever? Yeah, that's what I'm
you're telling me
right now.
that Africa is not a, like, you know, extremely technologically advanced continent?
Well, in Black Panther, that's one nation. It's not Africa. That's one nation.
You're telling me Africa isn't one nation? No, but dude, what if like
I'm pretty sure that wasn't irony.
what if like the Klan takes that on and they reverse? It's like
Don't give them
Yakunia
ideas.
forever.
Don't go to your meeting next week and give them ideas.
Dog, I saw this photo just recently, like literally like in the past like hour and a half, of the Washington Monument
Yeah.
and a Klan hood
Yeah.
and how they look similar. And I wasn't sure, like, dog, I wasn't sure if that's real or not.
Are you gonna make the world's largest Clinton hood and put it on the Washington Monument and get in the Guinness Book of Records?
You know,
Most racist tourist attraction.
you know who I would be defeating for the Guinness World Record for like biggest Klan hood?
Yeah.
The director of, or the not the director, but the wardrobe department of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou for John Goodman's character.
That's good. I was waiting for you to splat on that one, but that was good. Who's that American mythological hero who's got like a giant blue ox?
Oh, Paul Bunyan?
Yeah, Paul Bunyan. The world's biggest the world's biggest racist this time. It's Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, I always wondered who was bigger, the Jolly Green Giant or Paul Bunyan.
Or John Goodman. John Goodman could eat both of them.
John Goodman.
World's biggest dude is John Goodman.
No, dude, he's lost a bunch of weight, man.
I know.
He looks weird.
He does. He looks. It is way too. It's way too late to be losing weight.
Yeah,
like that.
dude. Like,
honestly,
like if you're this far and if you're
he looks
40
like
years into your career.
You know how Jabba the Hutt, the original Jabba the Hutt puppet, looks big and full.
Yeah.
Look up CGI Jabba the Hutt.
Did they make Jabba the Hutt skinny?
Just look it up.
This?
Yeah.
That looks very small.
Exactly. That's what it looks like. It looks like.
So that's what Jabba the Hutt looks like now.
Yes. That's the difference between the original Jabba, and CGI Jabba. that's
Dude.
what John Goodman looks like.
Hollywood? Dude, Hollywood.
What price Hollywood?
Yeah. Man, Hollywood is just brutal.
We'll make it in Hollywood. Gonna make it in the neighborhood.
I don't know that song.
It's a Madonna song.
Oh, that's why. Dude,
Get gay, dude.
dude, I've been listening to a lot of soul, like new soul.
Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to be impressed.
I'm one of the good boys.
I'm supposed to give you a cookie because you were listening to soul.
Do you know Charles Bradley?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
He did that cover of Black Sabbath's Changes.
Mm-hmm.
That like he made it about his mom, and it was like really heartfelt.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a backing band he's done work with called the Minahan Street Band.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to this Afro funk band or Afro jazz funk band from the 70s called Simondy.
Yeah.
Simand. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Because I got into this weird funk.
Simander.
I got into this weird like funk.
Funk.
Jazz funk.
I was in a
situation.
funk.
Yeah. For a while.
The jazz funk situation sounds like a band.
Yeah.
Of that genre in the 70s.
Dude, I've also been like listening to like a little bit of Susie and the Banshees and shit, and I kind of want to get into like this weird goth shit, or like goth rockabilly shit. Don't ask me.
That wasn't really rockabilly. Susie and the Banshees.
Oh no, not at all. That was more goth than rockabilly.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
It's like one of the defining bands of the goth shit.
Really?
In the early days, yeah. Of post-punk and...
Yeah, no, because they were doing stuff in the 70s.
Yeah.
So,
I think the only song I've been able to get into, and that's because I haven't listened to much in general, of Susie and the Banshees is Peekaboo.
Oh, I've never even
It was the first song on the on the Billboard alternative charts.
No shit.
Yeah. First number one.
I was actually... So, I had a playlist on Spotify that played... like within some other artists, it was playing like Susie and the Banshees and Patti Smith.
Yeah.
And I went from like a Patti Smith song to Susie and the Banshees, and I was like, yo.
Did it fit?
Well, not only did it fit, Susie got a lot of inspiration from Patti Smith in her vocals. So if you're into Patti Smith, Susie and the Banshees is like Cities and Dust.
I typically don't listen to Spotify recommended playlists.
Yeah. See, I suck at making playlists, so if I don't listen to those, I don't...
Yeah.
I listen to albums.
Yeah.
In their entirety, and I don't want to do that all the time.
Yeah. A band that I like a lot just came out with their latest album, Proto Martyr.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Their album, Ultimate Success Today, is the album. It's an ironic title because again, their music is generally dour and depressing.
Yeah.
But not in just like in the tone of the lyrics and stuff like that. Also, the music's pretty ominous sounding for the most part,
Okay.
which is what I like about them.
Dude, I was and I think we've talked about it before. I don't know about it on the podcast, but the Thermals. I knew a couple songs by then.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, for whatever reason, we had a conversation about the Thermals, and you were telling me that they had something to do with the Mountain Goats.
I don't remember this at all.
I remember it, and you're wrong, because I looked up the Thermals today.
Who? I don't know who you're talking. I legit don't know what
Do you
you're
know
talking
what like a thermal is?
Yes.
The Thermals
No.
is a band. Okay.
When was this conversation?
A while back. It wasn't too far. It wasn't too
I
long
don't
ago.
remember it at all.
For whatever, maybe we actually cleared up what band you were talking about. It was like it was like members of the band portion of Mountain Goats had another band. Because like Mountain Goats is just dude.
No, it's a band.
Yeah, but it hasn't had the same members forever.
In the beginning, there were like no real members.
Yeah,
up until like 2001, and then he got a band.
Yeah.
And he's like expanded into a full band these days.
But like,
he's still the creative force of the band.
yeah, but there's the members of that band had another band they were in.
Yeah, like the drummer's in another famous indie rock band, Superchunk.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was Superchunk. Okay. Because I know Superchunk.
He's also the drummer is also like he did this local this like independent radio station. He did like comedy characters on this show for years.
Cool.
And I don't know if he still does it.
Probably not. Radio's dead.
Well, it's now a podcast.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That show.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still does like stuff on that show anymore. But he did like comedy characters on that show so much that there's so many years of him doing it that they released a CD package of
no shit,
like a big one of him of all the characters he did with the co-host with the host of that show.
Dude, I really wish.
It's like this evolved mythology of all these connected characters.
I really wish we got to experience radio like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know we've talked about it before. That's also part of the inception of this podcast was the local radio station here. We've talked about like doing like late night.
Yeah.
Like a late night radio show.
Yeah.
Like with call-in and stuff.
That would be nice.
It'd be cool, but also there's a lot of late night programming on that show or on that channel now.
Yeah.
Also, we would have a very hard time not cursing.
Yeah.
I would, at least.
Yeah. You'd have no self-control.
Yeah, I have no self-control. Dude, like, when it comes to cursing, I don't have much self-control at all. I really don't. It's hard.
Yeah.
You ever curse in church?
I don't go to church.
Yeah, but have you ever cursed in church?
I can't recall.
Okay.
I haven't been I've had very fleeting experiences in churches since I was 13.
Because you went to church before you were 13, right?
Yeah.
You, like, consistently. I never went to church.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to a wedding in a church high once, and they had a big-ass brown Jesus painting on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
It was, like, this weird, like...
And you were like, that's a big-ass brown Jesus.
Yeah, it was weird. I was staring at it the whole time. It was a very long sermon, and it was this weird, like Mediterranean, Greekish, like, combination church.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, ultimately it was Christian, but it took a lot of, like, cultural things from other, like, countries and other... I don't want to say religions, but other cultures, and
Christianity wasn't invented in the United States, so it's
not
actually that weird for
it was different because it was not a church type setting I was used to.
Yeah.
They like sang hymns and shit. Not sang hymns, but they were like, oh god, they were like, oh my god, that sort of shit.
Yep.
Like doing all that sort of shit, and my sister and I were high, and It was weird, man. Being high in church is weird.
Switchboard girls. I don't know. They don't have a name for them, but this is how they look in John Wick movies. I forget to mention this. Okay, this is something that me and Bobby were talking about before the show started. Bobby is working a new job.
I'm working at a call center.
Yeah, he's working at a call center, and he was talking about how they have computer operators, whatever.
Yeah, they have what's called a soft phone.
Yeah.
It's a hard phone.
Yeah, it's a squeaky phone.
Yeah, it's a phone.
Maybe a memory phone.
Yeah, that they give.
they put like a cup of wine, a glass of wine on top of the phone,
and then you jump up and down.
You just shake the phone up and down like a shake weight.
It's the type of phone they give you when you're in solitary confinement. That's how you get your phone call a day.
Yeah, it's a Nerf phone.
Yeah. It's a Nerf got into the cell phone market.
Yeah.
And they make tiny cell phone sized Nerf pistols made of Nerf foam.
Yeah, they don't actually work as phones.
But like, if you're trying to,
they're just phone shaped.
If you're like trying to assassinate the president, like in that one Clint Eastwood movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Go on.
It would work because you could get past the metal detectors.
Oh,
there's this movie. Dude, I saw this movie like a fuck ton. There's this movie where this dude, he wants to like kill somebody, and they've been tracking him forever.
Yeah. And
he makes like a plastic gun. And he like assumes this dude's identity, gets like a face mask and everything, and he like sneaks into this shit and tries to assassinate dude with this plastic gun. And Clint Eastwood like saves him or like stops him, and there's like an elevator scene.
I can teach you how to control your language.
How?
All right, go to a bookstore. Get these books called dictionaries.
Yeah.
Look at the words in them. You just find all these words that aren't fuck ton or and shit and stuff like that.
Oh man. You're telling me I have to go to a bookstore? Where am I gonna find one of those, dude?
You gotta go back to college. Actually, attend classes this time. Maybe you'll.
Yeah. Bruh, I have too much debt to go back to college. I have too much debt from my first stint in college to go back to college.
Yeah.
Them degrees ain't working out, man.
I mean, you just got out.
I'm working at a fucking call center.
Yeah. Okay. So in John Wick, he was talking about an operator.
Yeah.
And in John Wick, Bobby hasn't seen John Wick.
Yeah.
The movies in the John Wick trilogy so far, I think there's gonna be a fourth one though.
No, okay.
John Wick is a powerful assassin who tried to retire in the first movie until they killed his dog that he got was the last gift from his dead wife.
Yeah.
So now he
has to avenge the dead dog.
Yeah. And then like his actions in the first movie affect all the second and third movie.
Yeah.
It's this whole like comic book mythology lore of the assassin underground, where almost half of New York is like assassins in this movie.
What was the movie? I think like Steve Buscemi's in it, where they like kill his dog. Is that John Wick?
No.
There's this other movie, 7 Psychopaths. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Steve Buscemi isn't in that.
No. There's something about a dog though, right?
There's a dog in Seven Psychopaths, yeah.
Is that a joke on John Wick?
Seven Psychopaths?
The dog in 7 Psychopaths.
Seven Psychopaths came out way before John Wick.
Really?
Yeah, like 2008.
I thought John Wick was like a Matrix era.
No.
Man, oh, okay.
Came out like a couple years ago.
Oh, no shit.
This movie has come out in the last 10 years, man.
Had no clue. Don't pay attention to action movies, man.
You don't pay attention to anything.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No idea when anything happened.
Dude, man. It's great. I'm surprised constantly.
Just discovering things about my world every day.
Yeah, dude, like
learning each day.
Yeah. That's how I maintain such a childlike demeanor.
Yeah, it really is like Caillou in this bitch.
The opposite of his hair growth, though.
Yeah. Nah, you got the same. You're about to soon have about the same amount of hair as Caillou.
Yeah, probably.
By age 30, you'll have the same hair. It's fine.
Dude,
anyways, the operator woman in John Wick, they have... Look up operator women in John Wick. They all have tattoos.
Huh.
Let's click on the photograph. They all have like these pink shirts and tattoos, like Suicide Girl looking operator.
They have like weird pinup-ness.
Yeah, they all look like pinups.
And like, they're like punk Rosie the Riveters.
Yeah. Don't know why this is the look.
Well, I will say that is like a representation of... so like tattoos and like this style, like this like rockabilly pinup style with these tattoos did represent women in the workforce in like the 40s and 50s.
I mean, no it didn't, but...
like that style is heavily attributed to it. Who's that? Is that Victoria Justice?
No.
I know.
It's Ruby Rose.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were a person.
She's not in... Oh, actually, nope. Take that back. She's in John Wick 2.
Oh.
She's not one of the operator women. She's like actually like an enemy combatant. Enemy, like... I think she's like... Yeah, like one of the standout assassins that John Wick faces in number 2.
Huh.
I think these are just women who probably had a burlesque show who dressed like or something. Who dressed like the operator women.
Yeah, they look like they drive hot rods. And, they just...
I think the reason the operator women look like that...
Yeah.
And I think they work for the criminal underground in the movie.
Okay.
So I think it's just like... You know, they just thought it'd be cool if they had operators.
Yeah.
And
like, what would these operators look like?
Yeah.
Oh, like, pin-up women with tattoos and
just think it'd be a cool... It's essentially this kind of comic book world where anything can look like anything. So
is there, like, an overall aesthetic, or does it, like, play on other aesthetics?
There's a lot of, like, individual assassin groups. Like, there's the homeless assassins and...
Assassins that are homeless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Led by Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, okay.
Jason Mantzoukas plays a role in the third film. It's a TikTok man. Mostly because when he sees... there's like a bounty place on John Wick in the third one.
Okay. What's a TikTok man?
Huh?
What's a TikTok man?
I'm about to explain.
Okay, alright.
And when Jason Mantzoukas sees John Wick, he's like, "TikTok, Mr. Wick," and that's pretty much why it's called TikTok.
Oh, okay. He's just like, he warns him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an ominous warning type thing.
But
he's one of the homeless assassins.
Do they look like homeless people?
Yeah, that's why I call them homeless assassins.
So it's kind of like warriors.
Yeah. Well, not
like...
Well, the assassins are out for themselves for the most part.
Yeah,
I think that homeless assassins are their own thing.
Okay, what other types of assassins are there? What type... Okay, before you get into that, what group of assassins... Like, what was the aesthetic of the group of assassins that Keanu was in?
There's no... I think the homeless assassins are really, like, one of the few groups of assassins.
Okay.
Most assassins are just their own thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there any reference to that one French assassin movie? With a little girl?
Leon Professional?
Yeah.
No. It's not set in the real world.
Yeah, you can make a little reference too.
Yeah, but there's no children in it. In John Wick.
Kind of like how there's no like children in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, there is no children.
Yeah, they do that on purpose.
Yeah, because people would want to kill a kid.
Yeah, they'll let you murder a dog, but like kids is where they draw the line. Yeah.
I'll be blowing up children all.
Dude, you could make a big amount of money off of a game based solely.
They make a lot of money in the first place. I think the highest selling video game of all time.
Yeah.
You'd probably make a lot if you just did Grand Theft Auto, just kids.
Well,
just you are still an adult, but everybody else is a
and it's
kid.
like just an open world sandbox.
What if they just re-released all the games, but like Grand Theft Auto babies? Just like everyone's a child.
They just like make child versions of all of them.
Yeah.
Dude.
Grove Street! Like, I fucked everything up.
Dude, seriously, San Andreas would be more fucked up if it was all kids.
Grove Street, baby! I don't know.
Like, because Grove Street, or because San Andreas was about, like, police brutality and shit, and, like, the 90s, like, like, the Rodney King riots and shit. Yeah. Have you never watched, like, the story? I know you've never played through it, but have you never, like, watched, like, all the cutscenes and shit from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
I haven't watched them all, no.
So,
I've watched some of them.
So,
as far as I played.
There's a cop.
It's not about that. I think it's in there.
It's a major portion of the story. I mean, it's not about it, but it uses that event of the 90s.
You know Grand Theft Auto San Andreas anticipated Black Lives Matter, right? Like, they coined the phrase Black Lives Matter.
Like, basically there's a cop that's using these gangs and pitting these gangs against each other to benefit off of the money he makes from the drug trade. And he basically, like they do in real life, take kids that have gotten in some sort of trouble, that they take them, and instead of letting them, like, get punished for the crime they committed, they take the evidence and they hold it against them until they get what they want. And they use them as, like, just cronies, rather, to do their bidding. I suggest you watch the story of Grand Theft Auto. There's even a prologue of San Andreas. Like, I think you should watch. There's like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas the movie on YouTube, and it's just all the cutscenes.
Gotcha.
It's an interesting story. I feel like you need to watch. I feel like you need to know the story of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like, yeah, it's silly, but there's a story in there.
A story about a father fighting to get custody of his son. Beautiful story.
No, man.
No, wholesome Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. I think that would be a good series.
Wholesome Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, like, you remember that Christian game that was basically Doom?
No.
There's a Christian game. It was like Noah's Ark or some shit. It was the Doom engine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what were you fighting? The animals on the boat? Like, what were you fighting?
I think you, like, used your, like, god powers to, like...
Wait, it was God?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Was it Noah or was it God?
Hold on. Let's look it up.
Who am I playing at?
Christian Doom. That's not what I wanted. Christian Doom metal. That seems like actually real. Super 3D Noah's Ark. Straight up, dude. It was an unofficial Super Nintendo release.
So bootleg.
Yeah, practically. So
go up, stay up. I'm trying to read the history here.
It used the Wolfenstein 3D engine, which is Doom.
So it's essentially the same engine as Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah.
Instead of killing Nazi soldiers in a castle, the player takes part of Noah wandering the Ark using a slingshot to shoot sleep-inducing food at angry attacking animals.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then apparently in 2014 it got re-released.
Only by private email orders.
That's crazy. I know it's not, but that's cool though, I guess.
That's pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Sleep-inducing food.
Yeah. But, like, imagine that, like, just a Christian-based open world.
Grand Theft Auto game?
Yeah.
Well, no shooting.
Yeah, but it's like maybe it's like something where, like, you, instead of, like, shooting, you just, like, go door to door and give people the word of God or whatever, and like you have to
instead of being a moral psychopath, Trevor's like just a somewhat erratic Bible salesman or whatever.
Yeah, and he like the whole point of the game.
No,
is
actually,
to, like,
he can still be a rapist like he is a Catholic for a fifth time.
But like it would basically, you would be just getting these people that are trying to avoid you to find Jesus.
Yeah.
Like that's the end goal of all the missions.
Yeah.
Is to like get them to read the Bible or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in seeing that exist.
But like obviously I can obviously understand. I know where you could do with Michael's story, because Michael's story is that his family's kind of falling apart and he's depressed at the beginning of the game, and he could. There's a lot of Christian movies where that's also the theme, but it's like it's because they lost track of God or whatever in the Christian movies. But that's what happens in the Grand Theft Auto game. Okay. He gets track of God or whatever, and he becomes more Christian, and he brings his family together.
And like the FBI,
based around the love of God,
instead of like the FBI, it's like the church.
Yeah,
it's like his priest or some shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd really like to see like a game based on real life events of Scientology.
Oh,
like the CD.
I got the game. Find Shelley Miscavige.
Yeah,
that's the game.
That'd be the game.
Also, find Shelley Miscavige in real life.
Dude, you think she's dead?
Who knows? Probably. I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope Shelley Miscavige is not dead.
Dude, it's crazy that we have no clue, no track of this lady.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because that's okay, because it's got celebrities backing them up.
Celebrities and people in the media just
and
covering it.
The people in it are insane.
Yeah.
Scientology just like no one's looking for her except King of Queens lady.
Yeah. Man, Kevin James needs to get involved.
I mean, it's not her actual husband.
Yeah, but he needs to get involved. They're friends.
Yeah.
They're like, they worked enough together to like... he has some sway.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure Kevin James could get sway. To
sway.
Talk about it.
The king and queen of Queens go looking for Shelley Miscavige and find Shelley Miscavige.
King of Queens lady needs to go on Sway in the morning.
Yeah.
And
do a freestyle?
James, yeah, and Kevin James...
Do a freestyle about finding Shelley Miscavige.
Yeah. Kevin James should go on The Breakfast Club.
5 Fingers of Death about finding Shelley Miscavige.
Man. Wait, 5 Fingers of Death is that Sway in the Morning?
Yeah, I think that's their freestyle thing.
I thought that was Rosenberg.
Yeah, Rosenstock. What?
I think that's actually...
I think you were thinking of like the indie singer, the punk singer.
No, I think that's a character in San Andreas.
I was... sure you're not thinking of Jeff Rosenstock?
I could be thinking of Jeff Rosenstock.
What'd you do?
An ad started playing. I think I clicked something.
How?
Thank you.
About that.
Yeah, elbow. Man.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, yeah. Yo, did you ever see Bible Man?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Bad Christian stuff.
Yeah.
He was on Celebrity Fit Club, and he was an anger addict. He's like a drug addict. He was like an alcoholic or something. He was very angry.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wait. Did you say... What did you say?
Celebrity Fit Club.
Okay, yeah. I remember... Dude, I remember Ralphie May being on Celebrity Fit Club.
That show helped no one, as we can see from...
Yeah, Ralphie Play.
Yeah.
Ralphie May. What was the lesbian rapper? Da Brat? Da Brat was on Celebrity Fit Club. Phil Margera? Bam's dad?
Yeah.
Celebrity Fit Club.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't know who was on there now.
I watched that season because of Phil. I was dedicated as a Jackass fan. You know they're coming out with a 4th movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm interested in it.
Yeah, I'm interested too. I don't.
Even if it like I feel uncomfortable watching.
Because of how old they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see. I feel like I'm obligated.
Yeah, they just need to get Steve back on the drugs, so we can make this movie now.
Dude, I hope the best for Steve-O. I don't want to watch most of his shit.
Yeah.
But I hope the best for him.
He's not funny.
He's not funny.
No.
But he's got some cool stories.
Seems like a nice dude.
Yeah, he seems like a great dad.
Yeah.
I would love to meet Steve-O. I would lose my shit if I met Steve-O, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That man shaped my life.
Yeah, he shaped and molded your life.
Yeah. All the mistakes he's made, didn't make them.
Yeah.
I lived in his example of not what to do.
What if your real dad is Steve-O?
Did I ever tell you about how I had this weird idea that my therapist was my actual dad? And that my mom sent me to this therapist. This was like a few years ago.
But when you were... What age?
What do you mean?
What age were you when you thought this?
Like 21.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You thought that when you were 21?
I didn't start going to therapy until I was like 19, dude.
Oh. I mean, I went as a teenager, so.
Like,
I'm looking at everybody who's been on Celebrity Fit Club. Dustin Diamond was on Fit Club.
Oh, yeah, I forget about that.
Yeah, so I discovered he's a psychotic jerk. Federline.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Kevin Federline.
Gary Busey. Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown? Well, you know what Bobby Brown should have done?
What?
Coke.
What?
He got sober. That's why he got fat.
Let me see. Warren G is on there.
Huh.
Maureen McCormick. Yeah. Marsha. From the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, okay.
Ross Matthews is on there. Yep, Phil was on there.
Yeah.
Brian Dunkelman is on there. Brian Dunkelman was one of the 2 original hosts of American Idol.
Oh. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, Seacrest took over.
Yep.
Nobody remembers anything.
Jack A. I mean, if you watch from the beginning, you remember. I remember him.
I barely remember that first season.
Yeah.
I remember the second season, like a bunch of seasons after the fact, but I don't remember the first season.
Jack A was on there.
I don't know who that is.
The mother from Sister Sister.
Oh, okay.
Victoria Jackson was on there.
Uh-huh.
Ralphie May.
Yeah.
Some more. Daniel Baldwin.
Oh, shit.
Tempest Bledsoe was on there.
I don't know who that is.
She was in a bunch of... Yeah, she was Vanessa on the Cosby Show. Bruce Valanche.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Bizarre, one of Eminem's rapper friends was on there.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
2 Sopranos actors were on there. Biz Markie was on there as well.
Oh, okay, I remember that. Ant was on there.
Yeah, I already said Ant.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, he was on there.
Me. I look like Sebastian Bach. Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
Is he a comedian?
I think he might have been a rapper.
Oh, okay. Oh, Wendy Kaufman, the Snapple lady.
Wait, they're gonna... Oh, crud. They're making a movie about Paul Lynde.
I don't know who Paul Lynde is.
Paul Lynde, he was on Bewitched in the 60s. He was a obviously gay actor. His entire appeal was making, like, gay innuendos, but back in Hollywood when you couldn't say you were gay,
yeah,
you could make jokes about being gay.
Yeah.
You couldn't say it. You couldn't come out.
Yeah.
So he had a sitcom in the mid-70s where he had a kid and everything.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, still no, like had him going on dates with women.
Yeah.
Even though everybody who watched anything that he was involved in knew he was gay. You know the voice of Roger in American Dad?
Yeah.
It's based on his voice.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's a fun voice to impersonate.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how he sounded. He chuckled a lot like this, and he sounded like that. That's his voice.
Got you.
And apparently Billy Eichner's going to be playing him in a biopic. He was also known for appearing on the original Hollywood Squares.
Oh yeah.
And he was one of the most like popular people on that show.
So like, I'm trying to imagine like Billy Eichner doing that. I just imagine it being like too loud to handle. That biopic. Also, so
Crank that gayness up to 11.
I never watched like the old Hollywood Squared.
Neither did I. Wasn't around the 70s.
Yeah, but like
I've just seen clips.
I watched it as a kid though. I watched.
You
the
should
Tom
probably get closer to the mic.
I watched the Tom Bergeron version.
Yeah.
With Whoopi.
Yeah.
Because when you said that, I was like immediately I was like, oh, you mean the dude Whoopi replaced?
You think about Bruce Valanche?
No, he was also on it.
Yeah.
Was it Bruce Valanche before Whoopi?
I don't know who you're talking about. Who did she replace?
The Tom Lynn that you're talking about.
No, Paulin was already dead by the 80s.
Oh no shit. Okay. How did he die?
I don't know. Let me look it up. Like,
there's a video about why Doom is the most religious game ever on YouTube.
It's because demons. Yeah, he died in 1982.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. The coroner ruled it a heart attack.
Interesting.
We never talked about that show.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about that before we end the show.
Yeah.
Alright. So, there's a show coming to Netflix, produced by Lord and Miller, and starring the voice of, like, the main love interest from New Girl, Jake Johnson, as, I guess, like, an incompetent basketball coach at either a middle school or a high school.
Yeah.
That the show looks alright. Looks whatever.
Well, what do you mean looks?
And comedy-wise. We're gonna talk about the animation style.
Okay.
The animation style of the show looks a bit like Rick and Morty.
And by a bit, we mean a lot.
Yeah.
And by a lot, we mean it also looks like that other space show that Justin Roiland has.
Yeah.
And by that, we mean it looks like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Dead.
But I feel like that's fine.
What?
That's fine. If Justin Roiland making shows that look like that, it's fine with me.
Like, I understand the logic there. But also, like, look at the art style of Sanjay and Craig on Nickelodeon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It kind of looks
It's Sanjay and Craig. I know it's not it. I was doing Maya and
like, Sanjay and Craig kind of looks like Rick and Morty. Actually, I take that back. It looks like Bob's Burgers. Sorry.
Big eyes is a frequent thing in animation.
Yeah.
But I feel like Justin Roiland making shows like that is fine. But the fact that Star Trek is trying to do an adult animated series
that looks like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And that show.
And the producer, the guy who runs the show.
Yeah.
Is a Rick and Morty writer.
Yeah, like, I just don't...
Not everything needs to look like this. People have been complaining for years about the Cal art style.
Yeah. Which
is look up what the Cal art style. What the complaint is.
Like, I just...
You look it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to put my thing back together, dude. Not even... Okay, I will say these three shows, except for Gumball. I don't think the Marvelous Marvelous Mr. Gumball. I don't think
the Marvelous Mr. Gumball.
So there's a comparison of Gravity Falls. Do you remember this show's name?
Star in the Power of the Universe Sword. I can't remember the full name.
Steven Universe. They're comparing it with Gumball.
Marvelous Misadventures of Gumball.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
That's not it.
The Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah, Amazing World of Gumball. Clarence. But the thing is, like, with Gumball, yeah, maybe the main characters, but, like, there's so much crazy shit with the art.
That show, they do a lot. That's like, multimedia show.
It's a beautiful show.
Yeah.
I love what they do.
Yeah.
They're also pretty good at it's pretty well written, too. But, like...
Ultimately, these styles aren't... Like, this style is not even as bad as, like, making everything look like...
yeah. Also,
I think as a creator, I think the reason I don't have a problem with Justin Roiland making a show that looks like Rick and Morty is because I don't have a problem with the original creator of the show who originated a style of animation, creating shows that look like his style of animation.
Yeah, but at the same time...
So I'm not bothered by Seth MacFarlane making American Dad or Cleveland Show.
Yeah,
or I'm not bothered by...
Even then, those shows look
the dude
different.
Who made Bob's Burgers.
And yeah, his new show.
Yeah.
I get that. Because, like, look at Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to point out a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, they also stole, like, the straight concept. After they did that a lot. They ripped themselves off a lot.
Who?
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Like, after Flintstones was successful, they just did Flintstones but in the future called The Jetsons.
Yeah.
After Scooby-Doo was successful, they did like 1,500 shows. Yeah. There were combinations of Silly Animal and Teen Crime Solvers.
Or Car.
Yeah.
They had a couple car ones, right?
No, they had a car one.
They just had a car one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think of Wacky Races, because that's a show that involves cars. But
that was also Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
So, okay. So... I get it, but even then, those shows all have different art styles. Like, outside of, a couple character art styles.
And they called it the call out art style because all these people went to Cal Arts.
Yeah, but, like, so did everyone that's worked for Pixar ever.
Yeah, a lot of people in American animation went to Cal Arts. Yeah. It's a prestigious animation school.
Yeah. It's the one. Name
like
another animation
the dude who made Regular Show has a new show. It's an adult animated comedy that's on HBO Max after it was supposed to air on TBS. Yeah. And I guess they put that. I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
I feel like they just like didn't air. They were supposed to have a whole new batch of animated shows to premiere on TBS.
Really?
And then all of them got put in the closet for some reason.
Oh, shit.
I have no idea why. I know what happened with Louis C.K.'s show. Louis C.K. was supposed to have an animated show with Albert Brooks or something.
Wasn't it going to be Cops? Yeah.
And that got canceled after the allegations came out.
Yeah.
And I guess they did the same to the rest of the shows.
You think they couldn't compete with Rick and Morty? Think they were scared to compete with Rick and Morty?
I don't know why. I don't know if it's that.
So I just...
But the Regular Show dude, his show looks... similar art style.
But also, he is an animator.
Yeah.
My thing with Justin Roiland is that he didn't do the animation for Rick and Morty. He did the first, Flash video he did.
Yeah.
But he's not active in the animation of Rick and Morty. He's like more of a...
He is an animator, though.
Okay, then maybe you got a point. I just don't think of him as an animator, I guess.
Yes.
But so with these that we're mentioning that we're looking at right here, like the Gravity Falls, what was it again? The blonde girl.
Star,
and the
Something of the Universe,
and the Steven Universe. They have such a different art style within themselves, and the shows that we're talking about...
Star of the Universe. Nope, that's not it.
Like Hoops and Rick and Morty, the new Star Trek one, and... Do you remember the name of the...
What?
The show Justin Roiland has come to know?
Solar Opposites?
Solar Opposites. Those all have, like, the same exact style across the board.
But that doesn't bother me. Again,
Yeah, but I'm talking about all these shows. I'm talking about Hoops and... the Star Trek one, and Rick and Morty. Those don't look different at all. Those all look the same. The only thing I can note is that Hoops seems to have like a painted background style that reminds me a little bit of regular show. But yeah, I don't know. It bothers me because I don't want the shit to look the same.
Yeah.
I don't want that to...
They're doing this because Rick and Morty was such a huge, popular, like, phenomenon. Success.
But, like, Rick and Morty...
But they don't realize that the reason the show was popular is because it was funny and well written.
Yeah, it's not the animation.
Yeah.
You know, that could be a Flash animated series. With that writing, it would still be funny.
Yeah.
It would still be great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the art style had anything to do with it.
I think it did. But it's definitely not just the art style. Not the art style, but like the animation. And how much effort they put into it. I think at times it's a pretty good looking show.
It is very good looking. Not in art style though. But that's... Good animation's good animation.
Yeah.
Good animation doesn't necessarily have to maintain the same style. But like, I don't even really like...
I don't like that... I don't know whose idea was to make the new Star Trek show look like that, though.
Yeah.
Like,
especially,
was it the dude who's running the show who is a former Rick and Morty writer?
Oh, it is?
Or was it just, like, whoever's really in charge of the idea to make the show?
Probably whoever's really in charge.
Because they were...
Dude was probably an afterthought.
I don't know how Star Trek shows get made, really, these days.
Yeah.
There's like, they have 2 out right now. They're making a third live action one.
Yeah.
And there's this show.
Yeah.
So, I know back in the 90s there was there's just like a dude who was the head of all the Star Trek shows.
Yeah.
And there was like 3
mm-hmm.
that aired concurrently. Actually, no. I think maybe Next Generation was off by the time they were airing Voyager. I can't remember. But
yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Maybe the dude who runs Star Trek shows was like, this has to look like Rick and Morty. So that's apparently the only successful way we can make adult animated comedy science fiction.
I just don't know, because we have 3 shows that are based in science fiction that have this art style. And that's too much to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more okay with, and I'm still not completely okay with, different genres of animated shows that look like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
But I don't like that Hanna-Barbera. Like, I wouldn't want a studio to do something like that nowadays. Yeah. Maybe 1 or 2, but like the amount that Hanna-Barbera did, fuck no.
No.
I would get sick of it.
Yeah.
Like,
those are barren years for animation on television in the first place.
Yeah. Despite the fact that that was a huge deal.
Animation on television didn't get good until like the 90s.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, it suffered because of Hanna-Barbera. Despite the fact that it did so well commercially.
And they pretty much were the founders of animation on television as well.
Yeah. And I mean, the beauty of Hanna-Barbera, the reason, like, they could just pump this stuff out.
Yeah.
Because the system they created.
Yeah.
For it, which is why everything looked the same.
Yeah.
Just, simple animation style and reusing cells.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing the future of it, though.
But I also do want to, before we end the show,
yes,
I want to do a tribute to Michael Brooks.
Yes.
Who was I've mentioned, leftist journalist.
Yes.
Who died yesterday of a brain aneurysm.
Yes. And
it affected me in a way I didn't expect. Because I never met the man, obviously. But I listened to hours of his podcast and read his articles and his Twitter presence, and he seemed like in interviews, and he was a good dude. He seemed like a good dude who cared a lot about leftist causes and socialism. And he was funny as well. I also appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of humorless leftist journalists out there. And he cared a lot about the idea of solidarity on the international level across racial, gender lines, stuff like that. And he will be missed.
Yeah.
especially with the suddenness of it too. He was a young man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on behalf of him, we have decided to donate all of our money to the End Brains campaign. All of our money made by the show to the End Brains. We gotta stop these brains from killing people, man.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And Kanye, seek help.
Yeah, seek help, Kanye.
Please.
Also, I mentioned it earlier.
No joke.
Grant Imahara also died.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Grant. He was a vital part of my high school physics class understanding.
Yeah.
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 Do what you can to end the brains.
Stop it.
This is 2004.
This has been 2004. I'm Davon Gordon.
I'm Bobby DeBoer.
Bye-bye. As it got darker in here, my energy depleted.